Hey there, fellow gardeners and fishing enthusiasts. Welcome back to Smart Garden, where we're always digging deep to bring you the most innovative and practical gardening solutions. Today, I'm beyond excited to share something that has completely transformed my approach to both fishing and composting. Ever wonder if you could grow your own super-sized fishing bait right in your backyard? What if I told you that I've cultivated a secret worm farm that's attracting some of the biggest, fattest earthworms you've ever seen? These aren't your average garden worms. We're talking about massive specimens that will make your jaw drop and your fishing trips infinitely more successful. Get ready to be amazed, because I'm about to reveal my unique method for maintaining a constant supply of monster bait that will completely change how you think about worm farming. Let's face it, buying worms from the bait store is not only expensive but incredibly inconsistent. One week you get decent specimens, the next week they're small and lethargic. I used to spend a small fortune on bait worms, only to watch half of them die before I even got to the fishing hole. That frustration led me down a path of discovery that has revolutionized my entire gardening and fishing experience. The dream of having unlimited access to giant, healthy worms seemed impossible until I stumbled upon a combination of techniques that created the perfect worm utopia right behind my house. This isn't some complicated scientific endeavor requiring expensive equipment or constant monitoring. What I've built is a simple backyard setup that works with nature rather than against it, and the results have been nothing short of spectacular. The key lies in understanding what worms truly need to thrive and grow to their maximum potential. Creating your own worm paradise starts with selecting the right location in your yard. I chose a spot that receives partial shade throughout the day, protecting the worms from extreme temperature fluctuations while still allowing some warmth to penetrate the soil. The foundation of my setup involves either a large raised bed with an open bottom or an in-ground system that allows worms natural movement patterns. I started with a 4x8-foot raised bed, filling it with layers of carefully selected materials that would become both home and food for my future worm colony. The bedding preparation is absolutely critical to success. I began with a thick layer of shredded cardboard and newspaper, followed by aged compost and well-rotted manure. This creates the moist, airy environment that worms find irresistible. The magic ingredient that truly sets this farm apart is the continuous addition of specific organic materials that worms cannot resist. I'm talking about banana peels, melon rinds, coffee grounds with filters, and crushed eggshells for essential grit. And these materials break down quickly, creating intense microbial activity that serves as the primary food source for earthworms. I layer these food scraps throughout the bed rather than piling them in one spot, which encourages worms to spread throughout the entire farm and creates multiple feeding zones. Maintenance is surprisingly simple once you establish the right rhythm. Every few days I add fresh organic matter to different sections of the bed, just making sure there's always something actively decomposing. The bedding should feel like a wrung-out sponge, moist, but never waterlogged. I check moisture levels weekly, and during dry periods, I'll give the bed a gentle watering with a garden hose set to a light spray. A thick mulch layer of leaves or straw on top helps retain moisture and, regulates temperature naturally. The beauty of this system is that worms do most of the work themselves, tunneling through the bedding, aerating it, and converting organic waste into the richest compost you've ever seen. What started as a quest for better fishing bait quickly evolved into something far more valuable for my entire garden ecosystem. This worm farm has become an absolute compost powerhouse, processing kitchen scraps and garden waste at an incredible rate. Those massive worms work tirelessly, transforming what would otherwise be trash into nutrient-dense vermicompost that gardeners call black gold for good reason. The worm castings produced by this farm are like superfood for plants, packed with beneficial microorganisms, enzymes, and nutrients in forms that plants can immediately access. The impact on my garden's soil health has been remarkable and honestly exceeded my wildest expectations. I harvest worm castings every few months, working them into vegetable beds around fruit trees and into potting mixes for container plants. The results speak for themselves: more vigorous growth, deeper green foliage, increased disease resistance, and dramatically improved yields. Plants growing in soil amended with these castings simply outperform those in regular garden soil. Beyond the tangible gardening benefits, the cost savings have been substantial. I haven't purchased bait worms in over 2 years, saving hundreds of dollars annually, while also reducing my household waste significantly. This represents true sustainability, in action creating a closed-loop system where waste becomes a resource, rather than something destined for the landfill. If you're ready to start your own backyard worm farm and experience these incredible benefits firsthand, the time to begin is right now. Starting with the right species makes a significant difference. European nightcrawlers and African nightcrawlers grow substantially larger than common red wigglers, though they require slightly warmer conditions. Be patient with your worm population. These giants take several months to reach their impressive maximum size, but the wait is absolutely worth it. If you encounter issues like unpleasant odors, you're likely overfeeding. Cut back on fresh materials and add more dry bedding to rebalance the system. If worms seem sluggish or are attempting to escape, check moisture and temperature levels, as these are usually the culprits. For those wanting to accelerate growth and produce truly monstrous specimens, consider adding small amounts of protein-rich supplements like mashed grains or cottonseed meal sparingly throughout the bedding. This provides the extra nutrition that supports maximum growth potential without creating the heat problems that come from overfeeding. Remember, success with worm farming comes from creating stable, long-term conditions rather than chasing quick results. I'm constantly experimenting with new techniques and refinements to make my worm farm even more productive, and I'd love to hear about your experiences as you embark on this journey. If you found this guide valuable, and you're excited to start cultivating your own giant worms, please hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you never miss our latest gardening innovations. Share this video with fellow gardeners and fishing enthusiasts who could benefit from unlimited access to premium bait and extraordinary compost. Drop a comment below sharing your worm farming questions, successes, or challenges. I read every single one and love connecting with this amazing community. Let's grow together and create thriving, sustainable gardens one massive worm at a time.